Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very important episode of Rock and Roll English, because I am here today to tell you something big is coming. Okay, I did send an email about this, so if you have been reading your emails, if you are on my email list this week, you can probably switch this podcast off. But if you have not read your emails, or if you do not receive emails from me, then keep on listening, okay? Because I have been thinking recently about things that I enjoy doing and things that I want to do more of this year. And one of the things that I realized that I enjoy and I would like to do more of is teaching live traditional English lessons. Okay, now we will talk a bit more about what traditional English lessons are in a minute, but the reason I have thought about this is because, as you may or may not know, I currently work at a university in London. Now, obviously, I really like the job. It's very interesting. But like most jobs, I must admit, sometimes it can be a little bit boring, because I teach foreign students that are here in the UK how to write academically. Now, obviously, that is great. But as you can imagine, talking about academic English every day can sometimes get a little bit tiresome, a little bit boring. Then I thought about when I used to work at a traditional English school in Italy. I used to work at a school called International House, and I thought, I really miss those lessons. I miss the class dynamics. I miss the challenge of creating a lesson. I miss the variety, because there are grammar lessons, listening lessons, writing lessons, speaking lessons, pronunciation lessons, and lots more. I also miss seeing new friendships born in the class and seeing the shy students. I especially miss this, seeing shy students grow in confidence. And I just thought, I miss those traditional English lessons because I am an English teacher. That is what I do. So I thought, drum roll please, I am going to create my own school, the Rock and Roll English School. And that is what I'm going to tell you a little bit about right now. So, the Rock and Roll English School will have traditional English lessons, which are sometimes called general English lessons, where you study all parts of the language, such as speaking, writing, reading, listening, grammar, vocabulary, etc. So, these are the type of lessons that we will be doing at the Rock and Roll English School. Plus, in addition to all of those things, there will be regular assessments, and I will give you feedback on your English as well as tips about how to improve it. Now, as mentioned, when I was in Italy, I taught these traditional English lessons. For many years, I worked at various different traditional English schools. But the school I enjoyed working at the most was the school I mentioned, International House. Now, if you haven't heard of International House, it's a very important school in the English teaching world. International House exists in Spain, Italy, Mexico, Uruguay, South Africa, Thailand, Germany, and many more countries. And of course, the head school, let's say the headquarters, is in London. Now, one of the greatest things about working at this school was the training that I received. Every week on Friday morning, we had a training seminar to learn something new. And just a few things that, for example, I learned were how to create a structured course curriculum, how to teach with different methodologies, how to keep students engaged, how to teach with technology, and how to teach specific lessons like listening lessons, speaking lessons, etc., etc. So I will use everything that I learned from these training seminars to teach the lessons at the Rock and Roll English School, because I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but I will be the teacher at the Rock and Roll English School. As mentioned many times, Rock and Roll English is a one-man band, meaning it's all me. There is no one else. I am not rich enough to pay other teachers to teach lessons or a secretary to answer emails. Everything is me. It's a one-man band. So this means if you decide to be part of the Rock and Roll English School, you can 100% be sure that you have an experienced teacher and also a rock and roll teacher. Now, this also means you will be getting at least the same service that you would normally receive at an expensive English school, just for a much lower price. However, as my job at university is my normal job, let's say, from Monday to Friday, this means that the online Rock and Roll English School will not be open every day of the week. In fact, it will only be open one day of the week. For the moment, let's hope it becomes big, and then I can do this every day of the week. But at the moment, it will just be open one day. And the lessons will be on Saturday mornings at 9:30 a.m. Rome time, let's say, or Berlin time, or Madrid time, or Paris time, Central European time, okay? Saturday mornings at 9:30 a.m. That is the time that the lessons will be. So that you can do your English lesson early in the morning, then go and enjoy your weekend. And the lessons will be 1 hour and 20 minutes long because, as mentioned, I have a lot of experience in these lessons and 1 hour is just not enough for these lessons. Now, there are many more things I would like to tell you about how everything will work, but I have been talking for quite a long time now. So I thought I will do a trial lesson this Saturday, okay? Like usual, I'm doing this very last minute. Today is Thursday, and the trial lesson will be Saturday, the 18th of January. So 2 days from now. And there is a link in the podcast you are listening to right now that you can just click and book your free place at the trial lesson. It's completely free. Just come along, see if you like it. It's a way to try before you buy, let's say, and also ask any questions that you may have. So one more time, this Saturday, 2 days from now, the 18th of January, but it will be at 9:45 a.m. Rome time this time, okay? When we start the proper school, it will be at 9:30, but this trial lesson will be at 9:45 Rome time, Central European time. But again, if you click the link in the podcast you're listening to right now, all the information will be there. You just have to put in your name and email address, and then you will also receive the link to the call online on Saturday, the 18th of January at 9:45 Central European time. If you come along, please make sure you are using a computer and you are in a quiet space, okay? Any questions, let me know. I will see you very soon. But in the meantime, just keep on rocking, baby.